legends, Riley here from RD Auto Electrics, and welcome back to our GQ Patrol build series, episode number 2. So then, what can you expect in this cracker of an episode? Well, firstly we're going to run through some of the jobs that we've got completed on this build over the last few weeks. Prior to filming this episode, we've just come back from our Christmas and New Year break, so I've actually had quite a bit of time to get into the workshop and get some work completed. So we've got quite a lot done. So firstly we're going to run through that, then we're going to get on to some of our future jobs, as well as running through the plans for the bar work that we're going to be running, along with the big one, which is our suspension and tyre setup. Now we've pretty much got all that here now. Rims and tyres are out the back ready to roll. Suspension's all here minus the coils, which will be here in the next week or so. Now, one of the first jobs that we got onto was pretty much a full strip out of the interior. So we ripped out all the seats, all the carpet and vinyl. We've actually gone ahead and sound deadened the whole floor from the rear all the way through up to the front firewall. We've done that pretty thoroughly. It's made a massive difference to the road noise. We took it for a quick spin yesterday and super impressed. And we've obviously done up all these wheel arches. We've done all the doors, so the barn doors, rear doors and front doors. So you can actually hear now, if you actually give the doors a tap, you can hear how nice and quiet they are. So that's made a huge difference. And obviously the stereo wasn't working when we got it. We're obviously planning to put something else in anyway. So we've gone ahead and fitted a complete Kenwood setup. I haven't gone over the top, kept it pretty basic, just 6x9s in the rear doors on a spacer. 6.5s in the front, and just a fairly basic Kenwood Bluetooth head unit so we can link our phone up and play tunes through it. So it actually goes really well, considering that we're not running an amplifier or sub or anything like that. Obviously we can add that down the track, but at this stage it's really not necessary. It goes really well, just having those 6x9s in the back. We obviously ran all new speaker cabling to those, and having the sound deadening in there really helps the audio quality as well. So really happy with that task that's now ticked off the list. Now you'll see that we've still got the second row of seats out, so we've only got the front seats in. We're actually going to keep it like that for the time being because we do plan to have it like that permanently, have this as a full flat deck floor so we can actually sleep inside the vehicle rather than need to carry swags, rooftop tents, anything like that. So for now we're going to leave that out. Not 100% sure what the plan is with the rear yet, but we do have the seats upstairs still if we do need to put them back in. You'll also see that the rear quarter chop is now completed. So we were chatting about this in the last episode. We obviously did the cut in episode 1. Now we've gone ahead and got the metal plates welded in underneath, so that's all sealed up. We've done an undercoat on that, so pretty much all it needs now is a top coat to blend it into the gold colour, and it's ready to roll. We've obviously got all the tail lights up and running as well. You would have heard in the last episode we were talking about those needing to be rewired because the factory tail lights are actually all down in the bumper that used to be under here. So we've gone ahead and got the triple tail lights, so we've got the brake, reverse and indicator in the one light. We've rewired all of that up to the vehicle, and that's all now up and running as well. So really happy with how that's all come up. And obviously the next step is to get the rear bar fabbed up, which is actually going to start on Friday. Alright, so on to our last big new addition. If you haven't seen it already, our brand new Safari snorkel and new airbox setup. So super happy with how it's come up. There's probably going to be a few people cringing on here at the big 110mm hole that we had to cut through this beautiful virgin guard, but it had to be done. It was either that or a big chunk out of the bonnet for like a bonnet entry Patrol Doctor stainer or something like that. But this bonnet was freshly resprayed prior to us buying the vehicle, so we weren't too keen on that. Plus we were pretty happy to stick with the Safari look, and I'm actually glad that I went that way. It's come up really nicely. The fitment is bang on, and then we've gone with the Demon Pro Parts airbox. It actually fitted in there really nicely. We did all the silicon piping ourselves, so none of that comes with it. We went with all Raceworks pipe work and tubing, and it fitted up really well. Righto, so on to the next tasks that we've set out for ourselves. As you can see, the whole front's stripped off at the moment. We've removed the alloy bull bar that it came with. That won't be going back on. We're going to run with a pretty clean no bar look at the front. We've removed the grille Given that a fresh coat of paint. It's come up schmick. That's upstairs, ready to put back on once we've done all the rest of the bits and pieces at the front. We'll give the chassis a good clean up at the front and a lick of chassis paint as well. We've got some new LED headlights to go in, which are going to look mint. Today we're also going to be getting stuck into fitting the new exhaust. We've got a new 3-inch to go on it. Won't be filming the exhaust, but we'll definitely show you the finished product once it's all fitted up. But once we get stuck into this front section, we'll definitely film that because it'll be nice and easy to see on camera. So let's get stuck into it. So this is the beautiful little factory exhaust that is fitted at the moment. It's got 2 mufflers in it, so it's really quiet and quite boring at the moment. At the turbo, where it comes out of the back of the turbo at the dump pipe, very restrictive. So we've gone with a 3-inch straight through exhaust, so it's 3 inches all the way from the turbo to the back of the vehicle. So it should really open it up really nicely, allow that exhaust gas to push out a lot quicker. Now hopefully it's not too noisy because it's got no muffler, the new exhaust, but if it is, we can obviously fit a muffler later on. So we'll fit it up, see how it sounds and go from there. Alrighty, so as you can see, we've now got the new exhaust all fitted up. It actually came together really nicely. We just went through and sprayed some penetrant on all the bolts and studs, let it sit for about half an hour, and all the old stuff came out really nice and easily. The new exhaust fitted up really good and it sounds mint, so let's start it up and give it a whirl. As we mentioned earlier in the episode, on Friday this will be heading to Zach from Red Hot Engineering to begin getting the rear bar fabbed up, which we are super excited for. It's going to look absolutely wicked. Now the good thing is Zach's only around the corner from us, so hopefully we can actually pop over, get some filming in of the rear bar getting fabbed up for you guys as well, which will be really cool. So I'm really looking forward to getting this bar work started, and we'll definitely be keeping you in the loop with that. All going well, we should be able to show you the finished product in episode number 3. A quick chat about what's in store for the suspension and tyre setup. We were considering 4-inch and 35s, but we decided to keep it a little bit more legal to hopefully prevent any dramas with that. The last thing you want to do is spend your whole time trying to get defect notices off your car. Happens to a lot of people and it's not fun. So we've decided to run 3-inch and 33s, Dobinson coil and shocks, and then the rest of the gear is all Superior. So we've got Panhard rods, we've got radius arms, we've got extended sway bar links, pretty much everything that you can get for it to get it flexing really nicely. Extended bump stops and whatnot as well, so we'll get that all set up. And then tyre wise, we are going to run a Yokohama mud terrain, which we've got out the back. We won't drag it in for this episode, but we will definitely give you a preview of those in episode number 3. Rim wise, just something pretty basic, just running a D-hole dynamic steely to keep things nice and simple with that. Offset wise, we're running a neg 20. So we've actually got the flares off at the moment because we're going to be getting those painted. But once the flares go back on, it should flush with the flare pretty well perfectly. So that's going to look really nice. Looking forward to getting all that in. We'll obviously film all of that as we get onto the suspension and tyre setup, which will probably be in a couple of months' time. We've got a bit to get done prior to that. But that's going to be a massive step in the build. It's going to change the whole look of this thing. So we are absolutely stoked to get onto that. So I'm not sure if you can see from where you guys are, but you'll notice a couple of new shiny bits on the front of the motor. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've done a full timing belt kit, which included a new belt, a new tensioner, a new idler pulley, new bearings for that as well. Also a big service of the cooling system, which included a new water pump, a new thermostat and thermostat housing, a new top water pipe housing. We'll go ahead and put all new radiator hoses in it once we've got the new radiator back in. All new drive belts. A really important one, which might seem like something small, is a new harmonic balancer, bolt, washer and crank keys. So the harmonic balancer and the actual crank gear are held on by 2 metal keys which slot into the crank. What can happen over time is that the tensioner bolt can come loose and it can start flogging out those keys. And eventually the key will snap and the crank gear and the harmonic balancer will just spin freely on the crank. So we've gone ahead and done some preventative on that and put the new bolt washer and crank keys in. Obviously torqued that up to spec, which is 150 Newton meters, to stop that from coming loose under vibration. So it's pretty much good to go now. We've just found a little bit of rust in this front radiator support, so we're getting Zach from Red Hot Engineering out here shortly. It's pretty small. They're on both sides, about the size of a 20-cent piece. But we're just going to get those cut out and some new plate welded in there, because you can't get to it once the radiator's back in. So we thought we might as well get onto it while we've got access. Once that's done, we'll get all the front of this chassis all painted up nicely, and then start getting the radiator and the rest of the cooling system back in. We've got a new aircon condenser to go in as well, so we'll get that in, and then we can get the new headlights and front grille done. So hopefully we're going to put in a pretty big day today and hopefully get most of that all completed to get the vehicle drivable again, which would be great. So we'll keep you in the loop with that. We'll get some footage of Zach working his magic as well, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, now we have all the front of the chassis painted up in a satin black. So we did 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of top coat. So it's come up pretty reasonable, pretty happy with that. Now it's time to go ahead and start getting some of the front section reassembled. So we'll get the radiator hoses, aircon condenser, fan, so get all that back in, and then we can roll it out and put some coolant in it. So happy days.
It's a 16 buff in the dark of It's a 16 buff in the dark.
Alrighty, so the new aircon condenser is in, new radiator's in, all the new hoses are done. We've just left the top pipe off for now, so we can just give the block and the radiator one last flush out with the hose. Being a new radiator, just wash any bits and pieces out that might have sort of settled in there in production. Then we'll put our bung back in the block. That's a coolant bung, sits in the lower side of the block to drain the block coolant out. So we'll put that back in, fill it up with fresh coolant, and then we'll start it up and make sure that thermostat opens and it all does its thing. So we'll get stuck into it. Alrighty, well, we are putting some serious hours in today. The radiator is now up and running. We've tested all the cooling system. Thermostat opening, doing its thing, so that's good. Next step is to get these LED headlights fitted up, and then we can get the grille back in as well. So we're going to get stuck into that now. Alrighty, so now that we have the new headlights in, they look absolutely mint. Last step is to get the grille back in. Now we've already gone ahead and put some new clips in because the old ones that are in there were pretty old and brittle and most of them snapped when we're taking it out. We've already painted the grille just in the factory colour, just a fresh lick of paint. So did that a couple of weeks ago, that came up really nice. So we cannot wait to get it on and see what this front looks like. Let's get into it. Well, there we go guys. She's all back together and I'm super happy with how that's come up. That wraps up episode 2 of our GQ Patrol build series. Thanks again so much for joining us, for supporting the channel and for following us every step of the way in this new build. We're really happy to bring you this build series. We couldn't do it without your continued support. We're really looking forward to episode 3. Which, as we've mentioned, we're going to be giving you a look at the new tyres, as well as, fingers crossed, having the rear bar on to show you guys as well. So thanks again for joining us guys, for supporting the channel. We'll catch you on the next episode.